In this talk, I will discuss about various standing and ad hoc committees of the Parliament and privileges of the Legislature and its members. First, about various standing and ad hoc committees of the Parliament. Each house sets up any number of committees as it feels necessary, with the exception that the Council of Estates does not have a committee of its own on financial affairs. The Speaker of the House of People and the Chairman of the Council of Estates nominate the members of several committees. There are, however, joint committees of the two houses, some of which relate to finance, like the Public Accounts Committee, since 1954. Broadly, the committees are of two types: standing committees and ad hoc committees. The standing committees engaged in routine works are of five types. First, financial committees, such as Committee on Estimates of the House of the People, Public Accounts Committee, and Committee on Public Undertakings. Second, House committees, which relate to the day-to-day business, such as Business Advisory Committee, Committee on Absence of Members from the Sittings of the House, Committee on Private Members' Bills and Resolutions, Rules Committee, etc. Third, inquiry committees, such as Committee on Petitions and Committee of Privileges. Fourth, committees on scrutiny, such as Committee on Government Assurances, Committee on Subordinate Legislation, Committee on Papers Laid on the Table, Committee on Welfare of Scheduled Castes and Scheduled Tribes. Fifth, service committees, which are concerned with providing services to members, such as General Purpose Committee, Library Committee, and Joint Committee on Salaries and Allowances of Members of Parliament. The ad hoc committees are of two types. First, committees constituted to inquire into specific matters, and second, select committees on legislative bills. The committee system was not created by the Constitution, but is acknowledged by Article 105 that lays down the powers, privileges, and immunities of the members, committees, and the houses. Each house lays down its rules of procedure. Committees are multi-party bodies where discussion and consensus rather than voting is the rule. However, members can furnish their note of dissent. Perhaps the most prestigious of the committees is the Committee on Public Accounts, usually chaired by an opposition member. The main idea behind the committee system is to examine the functioning and finance of the government by experts, irrespective of party affiliation. The committees can examine ministers, bureaucrats, and witnesses from among the public, but have no member from among them. Committees and members of parliament are provided with secretarial and research support and the library facilities, along with housing and parks. Among the standing committees, the department-related standing committees are a major innovation modeled on the United Kingdom's departmentally related standing committees. Their functions are to consider the demands for grants of the related ministries oblique departments and report on them without suggesting any cut. Their functions also include examine bills pertaining to the related ministries, public departments, referred to them by the Speaker of the House of the People or Chairman of the Council of States, as the case may be, and report on them. These standing committees also consider the annual reports of the ministries oblique departments and report on them. They also consider national basic long-term policy documents presented to the Houses, if referred to them, and report thereon. All members of the two houses are divided into 24 committees, keeping in view the interests of the individual members. The strength of such a committee may not exceed 31. 21 from the House of the People, 10 from the Council of Estates. These committees, which do not have ministers as their members, are different from the parliamentary consultative committees that a ministry may set up under the chairmanship of the minister. Now about the privileges of the legislature and its members. Subject to the provisions of the Constitution and the rules and standing orders on procedure of Parliament, there is freedom of speech in Parliament. Authentic proceedings are published by the Houses without interference. No member is liable to any proceedings in any court in respect of anything said or any vote given by her oblique him in Parliament or in any of its committees, and no person is liable in respect of publication by or under the authority of either House of Parliament of any report, paper, votes, or proceedings. No person will be liable to a civil or criminal proceeding in a court for publication in a newspaper substantially true accounts of the legislative proceedings unless such publication is proved to have been made with malice. This is in brief about various standing and ad hoc committees of the Parliament and privileges of the legislature and its members. In my next talk, I will discuss about the anti-defection law and powers of the legislature. Thanks for patient listening.